you ever had the weird feeling that someone you're talking to just isn't real? Not a ghost, not an alien, but just hollow, like a placeholder. Well, what if they are? What if some people around us are just code or bots in a simulation? Today on Echoes Above, we're going to go deep into a very unsettling idea, into the idea that not everyone in your atmosphere or around you is conscious, and maybe they were never meant to be. NPC stands for non-playable character, game language for background characters that react to your actions but have no true agency. But in simulation theory, NPC takes on a far stranger meaning. It suggests that not every human-like being in your reality is fully conscious. Some may be digital constructs, others might be scripted simulations. You may even be the only player in your version of the game. That's not just gaming paranoia. It echoes ideas from Plato to Philip K. Dick to Elon Musk. So let's ask, how many people in your world are actually real? Let's talk numbers. In the physical world, we don't yet have robots passing as humans on the street. But online, that's a different story. Over 50% of all web traffic is bots. Up to 30% of accounts on social platforms like X are bots or AI driven. All influencers and OnlyFans models are already making money. Entire social movements are being swayed by algorithmically generated opinions. So yeah, a lot of the people you argue with online, they probably don't even exist. And if we are living in a simulation, then it gets stranger. Maybe most people you meet in real life don't exist either, at least not like you do. Okay, let's get practical. Here are signs you might be talking to an NPC, whether digital, biological, or simulated. They say what they're supposed to say, slogans, headlines, TikTok trends, no introspection, no soul. You go deep, they stay shallow. You talk about dreams or subconscious, they change the subject. Everything's by the book, no risk, no paradox, no mystery, no change over time. Talk to them after 5 years, it's like they were frozen. Same opinions, same habits, same lines. I'm not saying they're bad people at all, I'm just saying they might not be people at all. Okay, but now here's where it bends back on you. What if you were an NPC just until you woke up? What if some of us are designed to awaken and others aren't? Some traditions say most people live in a sleep state. Jung, Gurdjieff, even Buddhism. You could say NPCs are just unawakened consciousness, but in simulation theory, they might not be programmed to ever wake up. The key isn't about spotting others, it's staying awake yourself. So here's the uncomfortable possibility. You're surrounded by bots, digital, biological, or metaphysical. You're interacting with entities that aren't real in the same way you are. But that doesn't mean you're alone. It means you were meant to notice. That's part of the test. Drop a comment if you've ever felt like somebody wasn't really truly there, or share this with someone who feels real to you. Now that I have explained or tried to explain a little better about what simulation theory is and NPCs and all of that junk, just go ahead and put that out of your head for now, because now I want to talk about how musicians, they are just like basically philosophers of our day. Okay, now I have to get real with you all for a minute. Tool is my favorite band, and they really touch on evolving. And so one of their aspects in their song 46 and 2 is trying to basically break us out of that simulation. So here's how it does that. Now, what is 46 and 2, and what is the esoteric meaning behind it? Well, 46 and 2 refers to chromosomes. Humans have 46, 23 from each parent, but Tool hints at a future self with 48 chromosomes. It's not biology, it's symbolism. 46 is our current state, fragmented, ego-driven, active. The +2 is something more, a mutation of consciousness. This idea really caught fire in the 90s, thanks to authors like Bob Frissell, and nothing in this book is true, but it's exactly how it happened. Frissell references teachings from Drunvalo Melchizedek, who claimed that ancient or evolved beings had 48 chromosomes, not biological humans, more like spiritual hybrids, future versions of ourselves. Drunvalo's version of humanity is part physical, part interdimensional. There are children being born now who have 48 chromosomes, and they are the harbingers of the next race of man. Frissell mixes sacred geometry, Egyptian mysticism, Atlantis. Yeah, he's kind of out there, but as somebody who's read the book, I enjoyed the hell out of it. Frissell mixes sacred geometry, Egyptian mysticism, Atlantis, and off-world DNA manipulation. Sound crazy? Maybe, but Tool wasn't trying to make pop music. They were writing mythic code. Lyrically, 46 and 2 is just drenched in Jungian psychology. Carl Jung taught us that we all carry a shadow, the unconscious part of us that we deny, repress, or fear. And confronting it isn't easy. It's violent, painful, and transformative. Stepping through my shadow, coming out the other side. The +2 here could be the integration of duality, light and dark, consciousness and unconsciousness. That's the real evolution, not growing wings, but merging split parts of yourself. Tool fans often take the +2 chromosomes literally, but if we zoom out, it's really about dimensional upgrade. Bob Frissell talks about beings shifting into the fourth dimension. In this state, polarity dissolves, judgment falls away. You become only an observer, not a reactor. In simulation theory terms, that's like becoming a conscious user in a system full of NPCs. 46 is the scripted player, 48 is the awakened participant. Now, Frissell and Melchizedek both suggest we're in kind of a game or experiment. Earth is the proving ground. The chrysalis and those who face their shadow, who integrate their dark and light, might become something else, not just spiritually evolved, but dimensionally upgraded. Tool, you see, they're not just singing about DNA. They are pointing toward a blueprint for breaking out of the loop. So now, whether or not you believe we'll grow extra chromosomes isn't the point. The message of 46 and 2 is that evolution begins with conscious choice, to look into your own darkness, to break inherited patterns, to choose awareness over reaction. That may not change your genome, but it will change your reality. So now here's the question. Are you still running on 40, or are you pushing toward something higher, through your shadow, through the pain, toward integration? Now, if this hit a nerve, share it. Drop a comment if you've ever confronted your shadow or felt a version of yourself breaking through. Now, follow Echoes Above for more truths hidden inside art, dreams, and the noise of the simulation.